yellow, and black. Okay, so before I do that, I want to implore you to subscribe, as it helps out the channel and the content. For example, this particular content for today's tutorial was all inspired by a viewer, a recent subscriber, who requested a way to be able to quickly select colors. So, but instead of the usual RGB, they wanted to have CMYK, so that's what we're going to do in today's tutorial. And subscribing also helps the channel, because the more people subscribe, the more the content is pushed out and more people can see it. And obviously, I said, if they share any ideas, whether it's a request, I'll share with you guys as well. So I'm very open to requests as well. So just be sure to, you can contact me. I'll provide all the information later, but it's usually in the description, the comment section, the contact page. There are several ways you can contact me. All right, back to the tutorial. By the way, this is a live stream. It's on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. Okay, so to create an HTML5 color picker with CMYK, we can use the built-in input element. Unfortunately, that one is only RGB, so you need to use another way to convert it to CMYK. In this tutorial, we're going to use JavaScript, so that way everything is just front end. You don't need to do anything on the back. You can do that if you wish, and I'll show you that in a upcoming tutorial. But in today's tutorial, everything is just going to be front end. It's meaning that all you need for today's tutorial is just a text editor. In fact, you don't even need a text editor. All you need is a web browser. You can follow along pretty easily in any web browser. If I do remember, I'll show you how we can run this in a web browser without having any code at all. I mean, without having a text editor. But having a text editor is easy because you can simply just create an HTML file and just drag and drop into any text editor. Okay. So what you need to follow along is you just need a very basic understanding of HTML5. I'm talking about like CSS and HTML itself, especially the HTML, the markup language. You need some familiarity with JavaScript if you want to implement this interactivity, and obviously the CMYK. Don't worry about JavaScript. I do have a learning JavaScript book and course. I'll talk about those near the end of the tutorial. And as I said, you can use a text editor. As you guys know, I have reviewed several text editors. Every week I do review at least one text editor, so you can pick any of them. The ones I have reviewed are open source, and I've explained why I only do open source applications. For example, here Visual Studio Code, it's not open source, despite every AI and research on the internet will tell you it's open source. No, it's not. Visual Studio Code is not open source. If you don't understand what open source means, is that open source doesn't put any restrictions on the use of the software. So for example, if you install Visual Studio Code, the first thing you're going to get is you're going to get an EULA, right? So that's a license agreement. That is not open source. What I mean by that is they call it a license agreement, but basically it restricts your use of the application. That's not open source. All right. Now, yes, I'm well aware there's a true open source version of this. I think it's called VS Codium. So that one is open source, because otherwise it put restrictions on your use case, or on how you use the software. Or like, for example, if it says you can't use it in this country, that's not open source. Okay, so as you guys know, as you can see here, I've done previously I've done two other HTML5 input elements for the color selection. One I did was a round wheel, and the other was just a simple block. I think it's a square. So in today's tutorial, we're going to basically do the basic one, which will be a square, but what we're interested in is CYMK, and I'll explain that later. So if you're impatient, I have the HTML code here. You can simply expand that, copy paste it into your text editor, and the JavaScript here, the JavaScript you can paste it into and tweak it a little bit. Then you can paste it into obviously a text editor, the HTML file, or you can also just put it right into the web browser. If this tutorial goes fast enough, I might show you how to do all of those, but I said I don't want to spend too much time on this tutorial. It's a pretty fast one. Okay, then basically with the JavaScript, we'll listen to the input element on the color picker, and when you retrieve the color, we retrieve it as a hex format, and then we just convert the hex value into RGB values. After that, we convert the RGB values into CMYK using a simple formula. Finally, we display the resulting CMYK values on the page. You can add some style as well. For example, as you can see here, it's just a box, and I added the what do you call it? I added the little border and all that stuff as well, and you can see here just CMYK. So I do have a demo for you guys right built into the article. So for example, if I click this guy and I pick, let's say I pick this color here, right? Now hit select. You can see it changed here and also changed the CMKY values. All right. Oh, there's a bug here. We'll fix that. Don't worry. We'll fix that bug as well. And here is an example of it depends on the web browser. So different web browsers, the default one looks different. You saw what it looks like here in this one is LibreWolf. I think this one's Chromium here. You see it's slightly different, but it still works the same way. So after you finish, it will put the results for you here. And then after that, you can tell this was a live stream. For example, I hit play here. I think this was Chromium here. It's slightly different. Yeah, so there you go. So this is a live stream. So I'm gonna go right about. The mouse is a little bit weird. I'll go and stop right there. All right. So I'll talk about that stuff after the tutorial. So let's get started. So as you guys remember, I said I did the color picker 1 and color picker 2. Today we're doing color picker 3 here. So I'm going to drag and drop this into the text editor. I'm using GNOME text editor. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. For the first time in like about a week, the sun is out today. So I'm hoping to finish this quickly so I can actually go outside and do some work. I still need to do a little bit of more installation in the chicken hoop, and then finish up the putting some siding on the shed. I've been building like forever. All right, so obviously we have the doc. Zoom in a little more. The doc type, HTML tags in the head section. I just have a meta for UTF-8. I have a viewport to set the device width to initial scale of 1. Then the title just says CMYK color picker. I have some styling, so I'm not going to go over the styling because I said the styling is subjective. You can style it the way you want, but as you can see here, I just put a font size of 16 pixels, margin of 5 pixels 0. I mean, this means top bottom is 5 pixels, left and right is 0. And the color picker itself, remember I told you I gave it some padding, 10 pixels, the height, the width is 100 pixels, height is 40 pixels, margin is 20 pixels 20 pixels 0, meaning top and bottom is 20 pixels and left and right is 0. Alright, and then here we have an h1 tag. Inside the h1 tag it says HTML5 color picker with CMYK, and then there's a paragraph tag. It says select the CMYK values, and you can see this is the input. The type is color, and I just gave it an idea of color picker so we can select it. And then the values, it's inside a div with the ID of CMKY values, and inside that inside the parent div there is some paragraph tags. You can see here is a paragraph. It says, for example, C colon, then a span. The value is set to 0, and this has a percentage sign here. So we can I actually don't need the percentage sign. All I need to do is just change this value here, this one here. I can also append the percentage sign using JavaScript. That's another option. Or what I should really do is I should have just to improve this. I should have put the ID on the paragraph and just slap the values in here. That's another option. I'm saying there's so many ways you can do this. So if we go to the JavaScript, you see a script in the script tag here. You see we get the color picker. That's this one here from the input. We add an event listener for input. and then we get the hex value, and then we convert it. This JavaScript has a hex to RGB, so we convert it from hex to RGB, and then we have our own this RGB to CMK. Obviously, that's going to be a function we created here. You see it says hex to RGB. Basically, we parse, we get the integer, we slice it, and then 16, and then after that we just return RGB. That's all it does. And then we have here RGB to CMYK. So we take it in, we just divide it by 255, 255, 255. And then we have a math function here, we'll get the max. And then you can see 1 minus, because this is going to turn into radians, basically 0 to 1, and then after that we just 1 minus, and then here's a formula for the K, C, M, and Y, and then just return that. And that's it. So those are two functions here. We see we have hex to RGB and then RGB to CMYK. Alright, that's it. And then here you can see, then basically you see we get the cyan and all this stuff, and then we so this IDs here, cyan, magenta, yellow, and then the key where we basically are going to add our we're going to add the values. And you see how we are appending the percentage sign. We don't need the percentage sign here because we already have it here. So I can either remove this, or I can so to fix this one, I don't actually need this part here, so I can actually just remove this. This part is not needed because we already have the percentage there. So that part is absolutely not needed at all. There we go. So I can leave it like that, and then it will take care. It will take care of. Or I could have removed this one here. So let's just say that's the. That's how we do it. Now, with that said, all I have to do is just drag and drop this into a web browser. So I'm going to put this here, and I'll show you. So basically, let me put it. You know what? I'm going to make it small because it doesn't need to be so big. It's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to put it here. Just a second. Yeah, the sun, the glare of the sun is like right in my face. I'm using a Chromium browser. So I'll show you the first color picker. There's an article on this one. You just go to jumbo.com. So come on, what's going on here? There we go. So this was a round one. So for example, if I pick a color here, you see it will put it here. That's what that one did. But these colors are still RGB or hex code. Then the second color picker I created was this one here, which you see you had the we put the hex code here, and then we put the RGB here as well. Now you could probably take this code and now you can add something here for the CMKY. So for example, this one. You click here and I pick a color. So let's say I pick a color like this. You see, it changes it as well. There's a little bug here that I think because it's supposed to be. I think because I ran this before, it remembered that the last color it chose, but you can see. So I think I should have made it black, so everything reset to black every time the first time you open this up. So that was the second one. I say you can simply add the CMKY values to this type. Now we're doing the color 3. That's today's tutorial. So as you can see here, I could have put something like hex code here and what is that one? RGB and then CMKY. But today's tutorial is just about CMKY. So you can see because the percentage is already added there. So 000 because it's black. So this is the way it's supposed to be. So for example, I click here. You can see the color pickers are slightly different. It's even bigger than the web browser window. So this one I'm going to pick, let's pick a yellow color, a yellowish color. So if I pick this yellowish color, I don't want black, of course. We already have black, so you can pick something like this. You see, it already shows me the RGB color, and then you can also do HSL, but you can see you can do hex, but you see there's no CMKY. So what is it? CMYK. So CMYK. So you see, if I pick this one, you see it's yellow, and it will show me 0%, 3%, 98%, and 0%, right? So that's it. So that's what we fixed the little issue. I'm surprised I didn't see it before when I took the screenshot. But there you go. So that's the color here. And of course, you can pick any color. For example, if I want a red, you see it will change 98%. And if we want white is right there. You see it's 00000, right? And if we want black, which is 000 for RGB, it's not applicable. It's not applicable for that one. So I have to pick any color, any other color. For example, this one 555. Then you see it will do that. Now, for black, obviously, you can resolve that. You can resolve that by if you remember, I'm doing parse int, so maybe I have to allow some floats for that to happen. But there you go. So that's the tutorial. That this was requested by one of my subscribers. So, and just to prove to you that this can also work in a web browser, I need to do a couple things here. First, I'm going to show you. Actually, no, I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to. I need to start a web server, which I'll do in a second. But let me actually start up a copy here. So it should be, yeah. Okay, here we go. It's a little bit big, but it's way too big, but I'll show it to you in a second. I gotta make it really small. So this is the font. I'll show you that in a second, but I do need to open up a terminal so I can start a web server here. I'm gonna use PHP just to, you can use any web server, it could be Python or whatever, but I'm gonna use PHP for now. So PHP -s, then it'll be 0.0.0.0, and I'll use 8000. Okay, so color picker and color picker 3. Okay, so all I need to do on the phone is simply okay, let me see if it shows my, okay, that's my phone. It doesn't matter here. So I'm going to use the Chromium browser. This is an old phone, by the way, but it works. So, oh, there's no internet connection. I think I click one of these. Yeah. So, oh. Come on. What do I have to drag this? Okay, I guess I have to drag it because I'm using the mouse instead of the. Okay. Okay, back online. I think I just type in here, yeah, so I just type http://192.168.1. I think it's 106, yeah, I believe it's 106, and then I just type colon 8000 / color hyphen picker, yeah, hyphen picker 3.html. And you can see it also works on the phone. So you can see here, and this is how it looks like on the phone. So I'm gonna pick, let's pick, you can pick custom, but I'm gonna pick one of these colors and hit set. And you can see it's 0%, 0%, then 100%, then 0. So I'm gonna pick another color. Let's pick a custom color, and you can pick the, you see, you can, for example, you can pick the hue here, saturation and the value. It's all up to you what colors, what type of colors you want. So let's pick a different color. Let's pick something like that. Hit set, and then you can see it's 0%, 29%, 55%, and 25%. So I'm using scopy here so I can show you. This is a phone. It's an old phone. It's the Sony Xperia XA1 Ultra. So I just want to show you that it's pretty easy to implement this anywhere. Obviously, the reason you see this little warning sign is because this is localhost. It's obviously not meant to be on the internet. It's just for testing. I could have a real server with an HTTPS and all that as well. But yeah, so there we go. And as you can see, I showed you the demo on the article how to run this. All right, so that's all I wanted to show you. So let me get rid of the internet here because this guy doesn't have to be on the internet. It hasn't been supported again for I think since 2018. Oh, is it 19? So let's clear that. And I think also I can go here. Where's the close button? Oh, I have to swipe. Yeah, there. So is there. Oh, there's the X finally. All right, so and yeah, so I can just get rid of this. Okay. All right. So let's finish up this tutorial. If you're interested in expanding your JavaScript knowledge, check out my book, Learning JavaScript, which is available on Amazon. The link is in the description. Or my course, Learning JavaScript, available on ojamboshop.com for in-depth lessons and hands-on coding exercises. If you're looking for personalized guidance, I offer one-on-one programming tutorials. Feel free to reach out to me at my contact page, ojambo.com/contact. So creating a color picker in HTML5 and with CMYK support is a fun and practical project that can help you learn more about color models and the power of HTML5's input element. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and don't forget to check out my book and course if you want to dive deeper into JavaScript. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions or suggestions. Happy coding. Now with that, I want to quick remind again that you should subscribe. It's free, it doesn't cost you guys anything, and as I said, this tutorial was literally inspired by one of my viewers who didn't understand how to obviously implement something that's missing in HTML5, the input. So this is why I made this tutorial. It was a fun little tutorial, and hope the viewer and subscriber like it. And let me know if there's anything else you want, because I have something even more exciting tomorrow based on this concept. So you guys will see that in tomorrow's tutorial. All right, I would like to thank everybody who subscribed so far this month. As I said before, subscribing helps the channel grow and brings in more viewers who can then maybe share some information or even their requests, because then I can share with everybody as well when I implement it, like what I did right here today. All right, let's go back and finish this up. So I also have 3 other resources. I have a referral link for the SpaceX Starlink residential service. So if you're thinking of getting this satellite internet service, use my referral link. It's you go to ojambo.com. You can see here ojambo.com, and then just go to any article and just scroll down to the bottom. Just above the footer, you're going to see the recommended resources. They're always going to be the same. So this SpaceX Starlink residential service, I use this because I live in a rural area, I live in a cabin, and there's no internet here, and the cellular service is sporadic. So I do use the SpaceX residential service. As I said before, I'm live streaming right now to YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. No issues. I can also engage in the live chat as well at the same time, which is fantastic. So yeah, and if you do use my referral link, you also get a discount. The discount is significant, and it's the type and duration depends on your geographical location. For example, here in Canada, you will get the equipment for free. So if you're in another place in the world, you will get a discount. I don't know what it is, but you definitely get a discount. So it's worth it to use my referral link. Then I also have an affiliate link. So other ways you can support the channel. I have this, it's called this Honeywell HeatBud Personal Ceramic Heater. It's available on Amazon. You can see there it has an off, low, and high setting. And then you can see here it has this protection. It's a trip protection, meaning if it flips over anything, it will turn off. So the low uses 170 watts, high uses 250 watts. This little guy helped me save over $100 a month in heating, because this cabin is only heated by propane and it's expensive. So my first year I was paying $350 a month in propane, just only for heating. I don't use propane anything else, just for heating the furnace. So last year, on the coldest month, last year was actually harsh winter. The first year I was here, it's a mild winter. So last year it's a harsh winter, and on the coldest month, which was February, I paid only $250, so that's massive. I can imagine if it was like the previous year, I probably have paid $500 or more. So yeah, a lot of savings. So basically what this allowed me to do was to put it at put the house temperature at 16 degrees Celsius, and in my personal space here I can use this when I'm feeling a little chilly or just need a little boost. And usually I just leave I never use the high setting, I just use low setting. That's enough. And it worked pretty well. So if you're thinking of getting something like this, please use my affiliate link, because I will be able to earn a commission on a sale. If you guys want me to have other products or review them, I'm more than willing to. If they're on Amazon, for example, I'm willing to I'm willing to add more products. I tried to add a few days ago. I tried to add some equipment like the one I bought when I upgraded my system, but the prices went way up. So those was not worth it. But if you guys want, I've been looking. If you guys want me to review something else that price is reasonable, no problem. I don't mind adding it there. And the last one is also on Amazon. It's my novelette. It's called The Algorithmic Serpent. You can see that it's by me, Edward Ojambo. It's about a scientist who creates an AI system and loses control. So he has to regain control of his mind and then regain control of the AI system. This is the back. Okay, and you can see it has pages. This is the printed version. This is the paperback version of this psychological thriller. There's also an ebook version. The ebook version is free if you have Kindle Unlimited. So if you have the means, please pick it up, either the ebook or the paperback version. Let me know what you think, good or bad. I said I'd like to get some feedback on my writing. I made them as affordable as possible. Obviously, for the printed version, the cost goes towards printing and shipping, and the ebook version for storage costs. Okay, so with that said, I will let you guys go, and I'll see you in tomorrow's tutorial. Let me know what you guys think about this type of color pickers. As you see, I've made 3 of them. I can make more if you wish. And I said we're going to use some of these concepts in the next tutorial tomorrow. See you then. All right, now let me check the live chats before I let you go. I'm going to start with BitChute. Make sure the live chat is fine. Yep, so there's no live chat request in BitChute. I'm going to check Rambo next. Rambo, there's no live chat request. That's fine as well. Finally, we're going to check Odyssey. Is Odyssey going to finally work? Okay, Odyssey, let me hit play button here. Odyssey seems to be working, but there's no chat request. And YouTube, there's no chat request today. That's perfectly fine as well. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye now.